President Reed, Dean Alexan, members of the Board of Trustees, officers of the university, deans and vice presidents, guests of honor, members of the faculty, candidates for graduation, and their family and friends. Welcome to the 155th Annual Commencement of the Loyola University Chicago School of Law. As we begin, I'd like to draw your attention to the university's land acknowledgement statement on the inside cover of your program, honoring the heritage of the grounds we walk. Now, will everyone who is able, please stand as the Loyola Wind Ensemble plays the national anthem. We ask that you remain standing until after Reverend Jerry Overbeck of the Society of Jesus, our law school senior chaplain, gives the invocation.
Let us bow our heads and pray. God of all people, all powerful and all gentle, God of justice, God of mercy, we assemble at the law commencement conscious of the countless ways you have blessed us. Thank you for the mysterious and precious gifts of life and health, for blessing us with minds to think and question and explore the interrelationships of all that is, for blessing us with hearts to feel for your people, especially those closest to us and those most in need, for blessing us with spirits to sense more than meets the eye, the stomach, the touch, wonderful as these all are. Thank you for all of those who have challenged us and supported us over these years, who helped make this graduation possible. Especially in this situation, we remember and celebrate all that we have comes from you and many others, and we want to thank them. And so we stand conscious that we are blessed and grateful to the giver who has lavished us with so much. May our finding you in all things, O God, engender in us a spirit of gratitude and a spirit of loving service with all the gifts you've given us. And may all of this redound to your greater honor and glory. Amen.
Thank you, Father Overbeck. Will everyone please be seated? It is now my pleasure to present Michelle Alexan, Dean of the School of Law.
Thank you, Provost Woods. Graduates, you have surmounted great obstacles to achieve your goal. Now is the time for reflection and celebration. Among our core Jesuit values are magis, excellence, and discernment. Excellence in discernment builds spiritual fortitude, and spiritual fortitude is essential. It is what keeps you going when circumstances seem stacked against you. A spiritual practice that St. Ignatius required of the Jesuits is the daily examen. At its core, the practice requests that we pause and take the time needed to reflect and show gratitude for all that we have been given and endured. After that, you can reemerge renewed with the fuel and resources needed to carry out your chosen profession and passion. The pursuit of legal knowledge in our Juris Doctor, LLM, Masters, and SJD programs is not an experience that can be achieved in isolation. It requires an openness to engage with people, places, and circumstances with which we are unfamiliar, but willing, with humility and appreciation, to learn. We know that you, first as students, and now as graduates, embrace and value this approach to education, and that you join the ranks of our loyal Loyola alumni. So, as you enter the next phase of your relationship with Loyola, you will help to ensure the continuation of our commitment to the development of ethical advocates for justice who will help dismantle injustice and advance the rule of law. So let us celebrate you and all that you have achieved. We salute you, Loyola Law graduates. We are so proud of you. Congratulations.
With great pleasure, I present Ashton Ye, candidate for the degree Juris Doctor, who will offer some remarks on behalf of the graduates of the School of Law.
Thank you, Provost Woods. Good morning, President Reed, Provost Woods, Dean Alexandre, Ms. Smith, faculty, staff, friends, and family, shout out to mothers, in the class of 2025. 0.5%. Less than 1% of the United States adult population identifies as transgender, yet these people are some of the most demonized, targeted groups in public discourse. I'm one of those people. Now, I say this not just to raise awareness, but to acknowledge that my story is different. I was fortunate to be embraced with care and with love by my family, my mentors, the professors, the staff, my Pulse E-Board, Section 2, and my classmates here at Loyola. Because of your embrace, I thrived. And now that sense of love and belonging is a privilege, one I don't take for granted. My story of self-discovery may look a tad differently from yours, but we've all felt growing pains in figuring out who we are. That shared experience makes the Jesuit value, cura personalis, care for the whole person, especially meaningful. Law school teaches us to advocate for others because the legal profession at its core is about service. However, we often neglect to advocate for ourselves. These 3 years flew by, but the pressure and the self-doubts, they linger on. We're hard on ourselves, and we will continue to be, because as future lawyers, we hold and set ourselves to high standards. Now, I realize that the journey through law school, it isn't about memorizing case law. For me, it was about self-discovery, about choosing what kind of lawyer and what kind of person I want to be. So I want to thank you all. Thank you all for creating a space where I can show up as my authentic self and find strength for my self-advocacy. And that commitment to uplifting and supporting one another defines our Loyola community. We show up for one another. And I've been so honored to witness each and every one of your journeys as well. So, as we move forward, may we advocate not only for others, but also ourselves. In doing so, we stand strong, both out there and in here. This has been an incredible honor, and if I have the permission of the class of 2025, may I take a video selfie with you all? All right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ash. The honorary degree will now be presented. On behalf of the law school, Dean Alexandre will introduce Mary Smith and read the citation. President Mark Reed will confer the degree.
Thank you, Provost Woods. Mary Smith, Juris Doctor, is a prominent attorney, business executive, and trailblazing leader. Among her many accomplishments, Attorney Smith served as president of the American Bar Association from 2023 to 2024, becoming the first Native American woman to hold the role. She serves on the boards of PTC Therapeutics, Inc. and HAI Group, and she is vice chair of the Vang Group. In prior years, Attorney Smith served as CEO of the Indian Health Service, where she led and managed a $6 billion healthcare system serving 2.2 million Native Americans and Alaska Natives. She is a proud alumna of Loyola University Chicago, earning a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Computer Science, magna cum laude. She earned her Juris Doctor cum laude from the University of Chicago Law School. Attorney Smith has held senior positions in the U.S. Department of Justice, the Illinois Department of Insurance, and the White House, where she contributed to policy development and legal strategy at the national level. And in the private sector, Attorney Smith served as a senior role at Tyco International, a $40 billion public company where she oversaw a $60 million budget. In addition, she worked as special counsel and a state trust officer at the Office of Special Deputy Receiver, as a partner in the Chicago office of Schuman, Updike, and Kaufman, a woman-owned firm, and as an attorney at Skadden Arps Slate Meagher Flown LLP in Washington, D.C., where she specialized in governmental investigations and securities class actions. As you can tell, esteemed bio. Attorney Smith has contributed to the legal education and profession by teaching as an adjunct professor and by supporting the ABA Task Force on Democracy, among other important ventures during her tenure as ABA president. And in addition, Smith is a longtime advocate for diversity in the legal profession, mentoring emerging professionals, and leading initiatives to expand opportunities for underrepresented groups. She served as an ABA representative to the United Nations and is the founder of the Caroline and Ora Smith Foundation, which supports Native American girls pursuing STEM careers. Smith has numerous accolades, including recognition in Worth Groundbreaking Women, Forbes 50 Over 50 lists, Crane's Chicago Business Notable Women in Law, and the ABA Spirit of Excellence Award. Please welcome Attorney Mary Smith. Thanks. President Reed, in recognition of her contributions to justice, the pursuit of excellence, trailblazing impact in healthcare, ethics, and the rule of law, and service to the disadvantaged communities across the United States, I recommend the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa be conferred upon Attorney Mary Smith.
And upon the recommendation of the Dean and the faculty of the School of Law, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to confer upon you, one of our most distinguished alumni, the degree for which you have been recommended, Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you, President Reed, Provost Woods, Dean Alexandra, faculty and administrators, families and friends, and of course, the Loyola University Chicago graduating class of 2025. Well, it is so great to be back here on the Lakeshore campus. I first set foot on this campus many years ago, we won't say how many, and looking around this morning, what a beautiful morning, I'm reminded that the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's not an exaggeration to say that the Lakeshore campus, since I attended, has been transformed. And the same is true of the Water Tower campus where the law school is. Now, looking around, the cannabis store on State Street used to be the Loyola bookstore. And you know, we did not do the graduations on campus when I was there. My graduation from Loyola undergrad was at the Medina Temple. And I know some of you are like, I don't know what that is. Well, just to jog your memory, that is now the Bally's Casino. So, but even though things are changing, I think some things are immutable, like the principles you now vow to uphold as lawyers. Defending the Constitution and upholding the rule of law. Today, we celebrate the end of one journey and the beginning of another, a journey that started many years ago for all of you. I am honored today to be the immediate past president of the American Bar Association. Yet, much like the historical arc of this country, the ABA's history has been fraught, pocked with past discrimination. Nevertheless, there is reason for optimism. Reflecting the transforming association and profession, I was the ABA's first Native American woman president. Thank you. This milestone isn't just personal. It's a testament to our collective progress. Yet, the path to such milestones is invariably paved with obstacles. But you all know that by now. For anything worth achieving, obstacles are inevitable. I grew up in the far south side of Chicago, in the shadows of the steel plants that dotted the southern part of Chicago at that time. Neither my father nor my mother went to college. My father, he didn't even graduate high school, as he quit school to roll in the Navy during World War II. My mother, Caroline, was a gifted student who was double promoted and graduated high school at the age of 16. Yet, she did not attend college, even though all three of her brothers did. And I know I'm biased, but I think my mom was smarter than all of her brothers. So in my family, I am not just a first-generation law school graduate, I'm also a first-generation high school graduate and college graduate. My grandmother, Ora Mae Pallone, who gave me my Native American heritage, did not attend school past the 8th grade. And being a first, it often felt overwhelming and isolating. Maybe some of you feel the same way. Maybe you are the first to don the cap and gown of a graduate. the first to step into the world of law. Even if you hail from a family of lawyers, you may be the first to advocate for social justice or to specialize in an emerging field like technology law. When the anxiety of being a first was overwhelming, I focused on what I could control. My parents and grandmother gave me the belief that I could navigate any obstacle with hard work, resilience, and self-determination. But even when I graduated law school, I still wasn't sure that I belonged. I had no one to demystify the professional path around me or guide me on the unwritten rules that seemed to dictate success or failure. That feeling drove me to seek out communities that valued inclusivity, to mentor students who reminded me of myself, and to advocate for a profession that reflects the rich tapestry of the society it serves. After all, how can the law reflect the many if it's shaped by only the few? In seeking my place, I discovered the true value of my unique perspective. My path wasn't about conforming to the mold, but breaking it. Not just for me, but for those who would follow. This is how my sense of not belonging, once a source of doubt, became a catalyst for change. So as we gather here to celebrate your remarkable achievements, I invite each of you to pause a moment. Reflect on the journey that has led you here today. The late nights, relentless study, the sacrifices, and the sheer self-determination it took to get to this point. Each of you has overcome significant obstacles, a testament to your resilience and commitment to your dreams. You've completed the same rigorous coursework and passed the same exams as your peers. This shared experience has forged a community of scholars, thinkers, and most importantly, change makers. You did it! You graduated and you belong! In fact, your backgrounds and your first are your superpowers. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. I'll tell you a little story. When I ran for ABA president, some people told me that I didn't look like an ABA president, even to my face. Now, when I speak to students, and I'm speaking to all of you, I'm going to tell you, you all look exactly like what an ABA president should look like. Your uniqueness is a strength and an inspiration. Do not forget that. Because the obstacles, unfortunately, they don't end here today. The path ahead will undoubtedly mirror many of the trials you've already overcome. And it's your unique perspective that will guide you through it. You are entering the legal profession at a very exciting and crucial time. There is no more important time to be a lawyer. The world needs lawyers more than ever to uphold democracy against challenges to the rule of law, to champion civil rights, to navigate international law, and to address ethical questions posed by technological advances like artificial intelligence. It needs lawyers to give voice to the voiceless. Right now, your career is a landscape waiting to be shaped by your decisions, your values, and your vision for the future. You possess the power to define your own path. Each choice you make contributes to the larger mosaic of your career. Every cause you champion contributes to the larger mosaic of our society. Many of you will soon join the Illinois and Chicago legal communities, where you will shape and define your professional identities. So, how will you define yourselves as lawyers? We can find inspiration from Illinois' most famous lawyer, Abraham Lincoln. Now, first, Lincoln embraced the nickname Honest Abe with pride. He believed in his integrity and worked diligently to maintain a reputation as an honest lawyer and politician. And not always easy in Chicago, I know. He famously said, "Resolve to be honest at all events, and if you cannot be an honest lawyer, resolve to be honest without being a lawyer." It takes years to build a reputation of integrity, but only one moment to destroy it. Even when your core beliefs are challenged, you need to remain steadfast. Second, Lincoln addressed the critical issues of his time. He met the moment. I am reminded of what historian Ken Burns told graduates recently. In January 1838, shortly before his 29th birthday, a tall, thin lawyer prone to bouts of debilitating depression addressed the Young Man's Lyceum in Springfield, Illinois. "At what point shall we expect the approach of danger?" he asked his audience. "Shall we expect some transatlantic military giant to step the earth and crush us at a blow?" Then he answered his own question. "Never. All the armies of Europe, Asia, and Africa cannot by force take a drink from the Ohio River or make a track on the Blue Ridge. If destruction be our lot, we must ourselves be its author and finisher. As a nation of free men, we must live through all time or die by suicide." As Ken Burns remarked, it is a stunning, remarkable statement, one that has animated my own understanding of the American experience since I first read it more than 40 years ago. That young man, of course, was Abraham Lincoln, and he would go on to preside over the closest this country has come to near national suicide, our Civil War. And yet, embedded in his extraordinary, disturbing, and prescient words is also a fundamental optimism. We are all here today because we share that optimism, because we all believe in our country, the rule of law, and democracy. So, how will you all meet this moment? You have the power, collectively, to challenge the status quo. That is the power of lawyers. They dare to imagine a more just world. They have the audacity, yes, the audacity, to imagine what is possible and to work tirelessly to challenge injustices and transform society. You are now standing on the threshold of boundless possibilities, poised to make a profound impact. Embrace your unique experiences and challenges. They are not just your personal stories, they are your strength, giving you the empathy and perspective critically needed in our profession at this very moment. I want to leave you with a guiding principle from Native American tradition, the concept of 7 generations. It teaches us to make decisions not with simply the next generation in mind, but the welfare of the next 7. Strive to create a legacy that benefits not only your generation, but the generations that follow. Meet the moment by lifting your voices to stand up and speak out. Meet the moment to use your legal expertise and moral compass to challenge injustices and advocate for the vulnerable. As you step out into the profession and the world, remember, the greatest impact comes not from your ability to merely adapt to the system, but from the courage to transform it. Congratulations again, class of 2025.
The candidates for the degree Master of Laws from the law school will now be presented by Dean Alexandre, who will make the recommendations to the president, who in turn will confer the degrees. I would like to invite President Reed and Dean Alexandre back to the podium.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Laws from the School of Law please rise? President Reed, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Law, I respectfully present the candidates for the degree of Master of Laws. The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean and the faculty of the School of Law, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois, and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to confer upon you the Master of Laws for which you have been recommended. As a sign of your new academic status, please put on your hoods. Congratulations.
The candidates for the degree Master of Laws will now come forward to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals. Samuel Brunson, J.D., Associate Dean, Academic Affairs in the School of Law, will read the names of the graduates. Candidates who have not yet been taken out of their rows may be seated. Friends and family, please remain in your seats and hold your applause until all the degrees have been recognized so that each candidate's name may be heard by their family and loved ones. Guests are not permitted on the arena floor or near the stage. Professional photographers are taking photos of the candidates, and these photos will be available to you in the coming days. Thank you for your cooperation.
Receiving the degree of Master of Laws, Raiza Akhmedova. Julia Albuquerque Fonesca. Halil John Bentley. Victoria Baraguay. Collins Cotonia. Luis Lopez. Mia Marshall. Jordan Egidio Puzzo. Shamika Ire Sanford. Manuel Surillo. Dada. Erica Thompson. Francis Marie Coyasso. Felicia Marie Crispino. Andrea Jana Uparella. Nanika Kaur Kalsi. Ayushi Paras Katrina. Bolorchimeg Kuyag. Congratulations, graduates.
The candidates for the degree Juris Doctor from the School of Law will now be presented by Dean Alexandre, who will make the recommendations to the President, who in turn will confer the degrees. I would now like to invite President Reed and Dean Alexandre back to the podium.
Will the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor from the School of Law please rise? President Reed. President Reed, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Juris Doctor. The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean and the faculty of the School of Law, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I am very pleased to confer upon you the degree of Juris Doctor for which you have been recommended. Congratulations.
The candidates for the degree Juris Doctor will now come forward to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals. Anita Weinberg, the Kurt and Linda Roden Clinical Professor of Law and Social Justice, and Tyler Valeska, Assistant Professor of Law, will hood the candidates. Samuel Brunson, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, and Gina Girardi, Interim Assistant Dean of Student Services, will read the names of the recipients of the degree Juris Doctor. Candidates who have not yet been taken out of their rows may be seated again. And as a reminder, guests, please remain in your seats.
Receiving the degree of Juris Doctor, Noor Aldefada. Leila Akivi. Abby Amolo Abuya. Kayam A. Ali. Natalie P. Allen. Fatima A. El Nasri. Laila Paulina Alvarez Tavares. Johannes Alvarez Rivera. Ama Esaba Amisa. Kelechi Anya Tanwu. Kayla K. Usonye. Ms. Usonye will be congratulated by her cousin, Uche Usonye of the class of 1992. Patrick James Bailey. Anna B. Baishi. John H. Balch. Mary Hornschmer Bonstra. Stephanie Carolyn Barber. Alessandra Lucia Barbuto. Abigail L. Bartelson. Megan Lynn Baumgardner. Camille Teresa Bayless. Carolyn Catherine Bender. Melissa Bonici. Malia Natsumi Bott. Anna Bowser. Kayla Ethan Bradley. Tara Brankin. Emily Ann Browder. Kirsten Brugman. Alexander John Budka. Adiz Amani Bueno. Marley Anna Burridge. Casey Elizabeth Callahan. Margaret Lee Callahan. Lauren Rose Karras. Sophia Calvaconte. Oye Nihal Chelikbaleg. Julia Alexandra Collier. Brinna Savannah Collins. Graham Tabihe Colombo. Lucy Delaney Corbin. Letitia Covarrubias. Zaid Amjed Dubobnoy. Nor Davis. Hannah Elizabeth Dawson. Nicholas Arthur DeCunselis. Emily E. DeFee. Gianna L. Devitt. Anna M. Dexter. Anisha P. Darker. Jesus O. Diaz. Brittany Kelly DiBiagio. Abigail Rose Domke. Kathleen Elizabeth Dorsey. William James Domaris. Rachel Elizabeth Dudley. Jillian Tyler Dunlap. Jamie Ruth Dunn. Stephanie Egged. Nicholas A. Espinosa. Grant Noble Everly. Laura Ann Fallon. Nicolette Angelina Finelli. Ms. Finelli will be congratulated by her uncle, Dominique Zanfordino of the class of 1990. Thomas Grant Fabacher. Neil Christian Ficalora. Jackson Jeffrey Fiorini. Michelle K. Flynn. Donald J. Frank III. Navie Monique Frazier. Sarah Nicole Fritz. Lisa Victoria Gallagher. Josie Cheyenne Galloway. Sierra Lorraine Garcia. Eva A. Garcia Walters. Emma Lauren Metzger Goldberg. Iris Alejandra Gomez. Joshua Gonzalez. Emma Molly Goodman Fish. Carolyn J. Grammer. Natalie Marie Gregus. Inderjeet Ganella. Denton Jacob Guy. Alik Joseph Hacker. Jordan Thomas Hager. Grace Janet Haig. Bailey May Hammond. Abigail J. Hanneman. Shayna Hawk. Brent Marshall Harding. Matthew Hart. Mary Teresa Hartle. Allison Marlene Hayes. Justin R. Headley. Abigail Rose Henney. Rivers Harrington. Connor Quinlan Hogue. Jack R. Hosek. Stanislas Ihedjurika. Emma Catherine Ingrisana. Rama Izar. John Joseph Jansky. Zara Jayazeri. Meredith Jane Jett. Natalie Z. Jimenez. Lily Z. Kaplan. Carrie Ann M. Casper. Dana Katz. Curran Koschel. Megan E. Kirscher-Walsh. Kara Anjum Khan. Natalie Kim. Abigail Ann King. Joseph Kipp. Thank you. Alexandra E. Kirchner. Kelly R. Kleitch. Sarah Elizabeth Knoll. Dorothea Ann Cohen. Rachel Sydney Cosmos. Jessica K. Kowalski. Emily Grace Laflamme. Amanda Joy Lane. Sophia Isabella Benevenuto Laris. Ms. Laris will be congratulated by her cousin, Madeline Zoll of the class of 2012. Eric Robert Lavender. Wei Liu. Serena Gracie Luplo. Sheila Margaret Lyons. Ms. Lyons will be congratulated by her father, Thomas Lyons, of the class of 1986. Keshini Mahason. Sia Muhesh. Unoki Manchanda. Isabella Mancini. Alexia Lynn Mandoon. Kathleen Elizabeth Mangan. Sydney Nicole Mann. William Henry Matushik.
Janae Danine McAllister. Sean Patrick McBride. Hannah G. McCormick. Marley Marie McCormick. Kelly Marie McGee. Olivia Rose McGrath. Maris Chetseya Min Guillermo Medina. Diana Melstrad. Brandon Jacob Mendelson. Dia Menon. Amanda Meyer. Karen Danielle Michel. Brett R. Mills. Nikola Miovsky. Emily Catherine Mirabella. Hannah K. Miracle. Hannah Marie Mitchell. Lacey Marina Modell. Hanan E. Mohammed. Michaela G. Molinari. Leandre R. Moore. Peyton McCall Moore. Jacob Daniel Morales. Ethan F. Morgan. Tristan Joseph Morgan. Colleen Elizabeth Muldowney. John K. Murphy. Mr. Murphy will be congratulated by his mother, Kathleen Murphy, of the class of 1985. Catherine Elizabeth Najar. Rachel Elizabeth Noggle. Joseph Ney. Connor Thomas Nelson. Leilani Louise Nemi. Leanna Shay Nichols. Alexander Nisapuna. John Novi III. Matthew James O'Boyle. Maggie Ryan O'Hare. Jose Maria Oluzabal. Kevin J. Olickle. Catherine Grace O'Malley. Stella Ann Aruru. Jenna O'Toole. Jacob Reese Pacheco. Timothy Unchung Bak. Aliyah Ashik Patel. Shivani Patel. McKenna Elizabeth Patterson. Maya Page. Yael Pineda Chavez. Michael J. Polkoff. Mr. Polkoff will be congratulated by his uncle-in-law, Michael McConnell, of the class of 1996. Austin Austin David Porter. James Patrick Potter III. Kavisha Hemath Kumar Prajuputi. Michael A. Pryor. Adam M. Pitcher. Reynaldo L. Querubin. Taylor Nicole Rathwell. Rayali Raymond. Ben Hirsch Recht. Daniel Patrick Richardson. Lucy T. Robinson. Nicholas Andrew Robinson. Martha Erin Marina Rubin. Yvette Rubio Reddy. Jack Henry Ryan. William Curtis Ryan. Ryan H. Sack. Arthi Sahajpal. Stephanie Salinas. Marian Charlotte Zalmanzada. Sonia Elizabeth Salcedo. Elizabeth Ann Schreiber. Megan L. Scoville. Danielle Scudder. Ariye R. G. Seckler. Yasmin Amen Shaban. Daniel George Shaplin. David T. Shepard. Alexis Christine Slaughter. Isabel K. Smith. Ms. Smith will be congratulated by our mother, Kara Lefevre Smith of the class of 1992. Maya M. Smith. Laura A. Snell. Elizabeth Morrill Stamper. Devin Philip Stein. Michael Young Stein. Caitlin Alexandra Steffen. Bianca Elizabeth Stockmeyer. Kiera Lachey Suggs. Delaney C. Zwed. Lanston N. Tanye. Marine Summer Tariq. Anastasia D. Tarlis. Maggie Lynn Tepe. Karis Ray Tipton. Marian Udaituk. Renee J. Valenzuela. Madeline L. Van Skelven. Monica Sofia Vasquez Jimenez. Claudia Elizabeth Vega. Eliza Vaslastugi. Raymond Evan Valeni. Brenton Alexander Villasenor. Chance Augustus Vizzi. Anna Waldron. Emma Catherine Walsh. Samuel James Ward. Nathaniel David Orr Weaver. Rebecca Ann Weber. Catherine Alice Wershing. Thomas Robert Westenberger. Meredith Lee Wickenheiser. William Gregory Wilson. Alexander Joseph Wood. Rachel A. Wright. Marika Inga Vyshosek. Emily Worth. Michelle Yang. Ashton C. Ye. Christopher Lane Young. Constance Young. Marla A. Zappa. Jessica Catherine Zatarin. Francesca Paola Zepeda. Congratulations, graduates.
The candidates for the degree Master of Jurisprudence and the certificates from the School of Law will now be presented by Dean Alexandre, who will make the recommendations to the President, who in turn will confer the degrees. I would now like to invite President Reed and Dean Alexandre back to the podium.
Will the candidates for the degree Master of Jurisprudence and the certificates from the School of Law please rise? President Reed, I have the pleasure of presenting you the candidates for the degree Master of Jurisprudence and certificates. The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean and the faculty of the School of Law, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to confer upon you the Master of Jurisprudence and the certificates for which you have been recommended. As a sign of your new academic status, master's degree candidates, please put on your hoods. Congratulations.
The candidates for the degree Master of Jurisprudence and the certificates will now come forward to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals. Gina Girardi, Interim Assistant Dean, will read the names of the candidates. As a reminder, guests, please remain in your seats.
Receiving the degree of Master of Jurisprudence. Latrice A. Bryant. Claire E. Buckley. Valerie Emma Kaufman. Deepika J. Desai. Unadi Desai. Amanda Nicole Gazer. Marista Noen Lim Gayato. Lindsay Parrish Gergis. Sarah Jamal Said Haddad. Sabrina Hughes. Laura K. Jalove. Zahn James. Sarah Elizabeth Kramer. Sarah Lawrence. Robert Richard Matthews, Jr. Samantha Robin McDavid. Mary Margaret Parenti. Shalonda Qualls. Marion Denise Quay Brown. Irina Sletkevich. Sherry Rita Terrialt. Moya Thomas. Tracy Dion Tompkins. Victoria Trombley. Marinella Vallejo. Congratulations, graduates. Is she a certificate? Receiving the Certificate of Privacy Law, Cheryl Ann Clark. Tamora M. Hayes. Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations to the class of 2025 graduates from the School of Law. As Loyola graduates, you are all now part of a global network of nearly 200,000 alumni who lead with purpose, serve with compassion, and inspire with every action. Your time as a student may have come to a close, but your lifelong connection to Loyola University is just beginning. From this day forward, you will always have access to a vibrant alumni community, career and mentorship opportunities, and meaningful ways to stay engaged through events, volunteerism, and service. We look forward to celebrating your achievements, whether it's reaching your career goals or making a difference in your community. We hope you always find meaningful ways to stay connected with Loyola University Chicago. We can't wait to hear your stories, champion your successes, and welcome you back for Alumni Weekend in October. Congratulations. I would now like to invite President Reed back to the podium to offer his closing remarks.
On behalf of the faculty, the staff, and the entire Loyola University Chicago community, I offer you, the class of 2025 from the School of Law, my heartfelt and deepest congratulations on this extraordinarily special day in your lives. Congratulations. As I was thinking this year of what to say to our graduates over the course of this week at our various ceremonies, I was thinking about the fact that there are relatively few things that occur in our history that captivate the entire world's attention as much as perhaps when there's the passing of a pope and the election of a new pope. So over the last few weeks, I've been thinking about that. And I didn't know that we would have had this week the election of the next pope, so I've been spending most of my time thinking about Pope Francis. And something that I had the honor and pleasure of hearing him say directly to me and a group of others from Loyola who were with him for a private audience just about a year ago in the Apostolic Palace. And in his very thoughtful and personal and inspirational remarks to us, he encouraged us, quote, to be witnesses to hope in a world often marked by division and conflict. He went on to say that the role of academic institutions is essential to educate and form what he called, and he was referring to you, as diligent dreamers. His call to action was clear and direct. Again, I quote him, "We need men and women who are ready to put their skills at the service of others, to work for a future in which each person can achieve his or her potential and live with dignity and respect, and in which the world can find peace." And once again, as I had the honor of greeting each of you as you came across the stage to be recognized and celebrated, what I see in you and what I hope you start to see in yourselves are diligent dreamers. And we heard wonderful remarks already today from our student and our commencement speakers, and that phrase, diligent dreamers, just keeps going through my mind, because that's what the world so desperately needs you to be, and I, as well as everyone else here, is confident that you will be as well. Congratulations, class of 2025. And I invite the graduates to remain seated, and everyone else here in the arena today who is able to please stand. I invite you to join me in a final blessing for our graduates. And you may extend one or both arms and hands and recite the prayer that will appear on the screens. Let us pray. May God bless you and sustain you on this your graduation day. May the creator of this vast universe keep you safe as you go forth from this place that has nourished your mind and your soul. May the Almighty look down upon you and give you success in all your endeavors, courage in all your struggles and challenges, understanding in all that is new to you, wisdom to choose what is right and to do what is good, perseverance in all you undertake, serenity and peace in the knowledge that you are not alone, that you are loved. May the Lord of all look kindly upon you this day and forever. Amen. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Will our graduates please rise? It is now my privilege to invite Avery Simmons, College of Arts and Sciences, class of 2026, to lead the community in the Loyola University alma mater. Avery will be accompanied by the Loyola Wind Ensemble. Thank you to Avery and our talented musicians. Let's give them a round of applause. We ask that the audience please be seated until the recessional from the stage and the graduates have left the arena. Following the recessional, please join the graduates for a reception on the West Quad.